Welcome back, writers. This is Mrs. Schoonerman here to do some more writing with you today. So, last week we focused on a special type of writing called opinion writing, where we wrote about how we think and feel about different topics. We talked about if we liked cookies or cupcakes better. You told us if you thought bees or spiders were scarier. You wrote about whether you would prefer to go skiing or swimming. You also told us if you liked rain or snow more, or if you would prefer to ride on a train or a plane. Those are all things that you had opinions about and you told us all about with your writing. But this week, we move on to a different kind of writing. It's called personal narratives. When we write personal narratives, it just means we are telling a real story about something that has happened in our life. So today's learning target is I can draw and write about a time when I was excited. That's why I've got this big, bright, fun background because we're going to write about a time when we were excited about something. We've all been excited about something sometime, and that's what you get to write about today. A time when you were excited. So first, what I'll do is I will tell you about a time when I felt excited and I'll write it down. I'll draw my picture, I'll write it down for you. Then it will be your turn to go and write a personal narrative at the end to tell us about a time when you felt excited. Before we start writing, let's look at what makes a narrative. Well, a narrative, if you look over here, where I'm wheeling my mouse around, a narrative is much like a choo-choo train. We can think about it like that. It's a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. When we're writing a personal narrative, we're just writing a tiny part of the story. We're not going to tell a huge, long story. We're just going to write a tiny little seed, a little part of what had happened of that day. We're also going to use feelings words in our writing. Feelings words, you can find them over here, like worried, confused, angry, silly, sad, excited, surprised, and happy. Today, our feeling word is definitely excited, since that's what we're writing about. So the feeling that you talk about in your writing should probably be the word excited. Just thinking. Inside in a personal narrative, it also tells who was there, what happened, where your story took place, and when. So these are all things to just keep in mind when we're writing a personal narrative. Okay, so my time when I felt excited, it was my birthday. And it had been raining out all day long. And so I was inside with my family. Then, all of a sudden, I looked outside and I stepped out the door because it stopped raining. And do you know what I saw? You're never going to believe it. I saw a double rainbow that had come out in the sky. And when I saw that, I felt so excited because I had never seen a double rainbow before. My aunt and me, we went outside and we tried to go and catch the rainbow. We wanted to go and hold it in our hands. So that's what you see right over here. That's me and my aunt. And we're over here too. And we're just we're pretending we're catching it in our hands. So that's my story. That's what I'm going to write about today. That's what a time when I felt excited. It was my birthday. It was raining and I went outside after it was done, saw a double rainbow, and I felt so excited. It was a cool birthday. All right, so now I just told you the whole story. Now it's time to put it into writing. The first thing we do on our paper, we write our name. And we also need to write today's date. And today, if you're watching this on Tuesday, it is a brand new month now. It is May, and May is the 5th month. January, February, March, April, May. So we're going to write the number 5 for the month of May. And today is the 5th day of May, so we're going to write another 5. And it's the year 2020, so we'll write a 20. This reads May 5th, 2020. That's today's date. Now remember, in a personal narrative, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So the first thing I need to do is I need to think about my picture. So I had said the first thing in my story at the beginning, I told you it was my birthday. So what I'll draw for this part, I'm thinking what I could draw for my birthday. I'm gonna draw myself with a party hat on. Okay, so here's my head, my body, my arms, my hands, my face, and let's pretend I was wearing blue. I'm gonna wear a blue shirt that day. And I'll wear some pants. So here's my pants that I'll put on. Oh, and I need a party hat because it's my birthday. So I need to put on my party hat. Woohoo! I'm ready to party. And it had polka dots on it. Oh, and I probably had a balloon. So there's my special balloon, and it's going to be a green balloon. Now my reader would know at the beginning of my story, it was my birthday. So the next thing that happened was it had been raining all day, remember? But then it stopped raining. And what happened? Well, I went outside. Here's my clouds because I'm going to go outside, and I saw a double rainbow. So that's the part I need to draw next, is the double rainbow. All right, so I'll get my colors all ready. So there was one rainbow here and then one rainbow over there. So get the colors on here to show 2 rainbows in the sky. So I walked outside, there was a double rainbow. At the end of the story, that's when I felt excited. So that's what I'm going to draw at the end. So I'm going to draw myself looking super excited. I'm going to make a close-up picture of my face. My eyes, my eyebrows. My eyebrows are up like this because I'm, oh, yay! And wow, I'm so excited. Actually, that looks like a scared face. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to put a huge, excited smile. Ah, there. I'm not bald. I need some hair. I've got hair. There we go. So that kind of shows what happened in my story as far as pictures go. At the beginning, it was my birthday. Then I went outside and I saw a double rainbow, and then I felt excited. That's the time when I felt excited. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to write down the story. Now it's time to add the words. So while I'm writing, I'm always going to be thinking about the writing checklist. Remember, we focused on this a lot last week, and you can always feel free to look at today's assignment, and you'll have the copy of the writing checklist in there for you to use. So remember, we start our sentences with capital letter. We use finger spaces between the words. When we get to words that are tricky that we don't know how to spell, we just listen to the letter sounds. We stretch it out, tap it out, and write down the sounds that you hear at the beginning, middle, and end. And do your best. It's okay if it's not right. Do your best. And we also should always remember to add punctuation when we're done with a thought. So those are things to keep in mind that good writers do. And you guys have been doing a great job at it. So keep up the good work. Okay. So as writers, we know that after we do our picture, the next thing we need to do is we need to think about what we want to say, think about what we want to write. And our writing needs to match what the pictures are of. So my story goes like this. First, at the beginning, it was my birthday. That's my first sentence. So I'm starting my sentence with a capital. And The word is it. It. It was, and that's a sight word, so I know how to spell that in a snap. It was my birthday. B. I hear a B at the beginning of birthday. Birthday. I hear an R. The TH digraph. Day. D. D. A. A. Y. Birthday. It was my birthday. That's the end of my sentence. I'm going to put a period. I'm done with that thought. Now I'm starting a new sentence. And the next sentence has to do with what happened in the middle of my story. Now remember, in the middle of my story, I walked outside and I saw a double rainbow. So that's going to be my next sentence. I went outside and saw a double rainbow. Okay. I start with a capital letter to begin a new sentence. Oh, silly marker. Okay. I went. Whoa. That's an E. N. T. I went outside. And there's another sight word. We can spell that in a snap. And saw. I hear an S at the beginning of saw. You hear that S? Me too. S. You can't hear the W at the end of that word, but this is how to spell it. Saw. A. That's an easy word to spell. Double rainbow. Okay, those are some big words. Okay, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to write down the sounds that I hear. D, d, d. What do you hear at the word at the beginning of double? D. A D, yeah. Dub, b. There's a B. Oh, there's an L. And you can't hear this, but there's an E at the end of that word. I went outside and I saw a double. Not just a double, I need another word. What did I see a double of? A rainbow. I'm gonna write rainbow. A. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. A. You can't hear it, but there's an I in there. A. N. B. B. O. O. And there's a W at the end. Rainbow. Yep, there it is. And now that made me feel really excited, so I'm going to add an exclamation point to that. I went outside and I saw a double rainbow. I felt excited. Remember, that was the end of my story. I felt excited. So that's my last sentence. So remember, start your sentence with a capital letter. I felt. F. E. O. T. L. That's silly. T does not say ol, does it? So O. L. T is, and then the T is at the end. Excited. Now I'll write excited. And writers, what do we do at the end of a sentence, at the end of a thought? I hope you said add punctuation, because you are right. All right, let's review what my personal narrative says. And then I'm going to send you off to write your own. Okay, so looking at my picture, did I write a beginning, middle, and end to my story? Yes. I told you, I said, it was my birthday. And I showed that at the beginning. That's what happened then. I went outside and saw a double rainbow. So I drew that part in the middle. I felt excited. So that was the feelings. That's how I felt that day. And that hits my target because remember, today's learning target is to write about a time, to draw and write about a time when you felt excited. And speaking of learning targets, it's your turn to go and hit that learning target. Are you ready? Well, I sure hope so. I want you to go and grab your piece of paper, any piece of paper that you have, a pencil, your crayons, and then I want you to write about a time when you were excited. Write your personal narrative. So draw a picture of what happened at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, and then write down your words, your sentences to match the picture. Keep in mind our writing checklist as you're writing. And when you're all done, you know what to do. Ask an adult to please take a picture and send it in to your teachers so we can see the amazing work that you've been up to. All right, writers, until next time, I hope you have a great time today writing about a time you were excited, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.